Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like yet another celebrity is involved in a situation they should not be involved in. This time, what you would consider an accomplice, a companion, a friend of none other than Sean P. Diddy Combs. My friends, Jay-Z has been accused of doing something with a 13-year-old girl in 2000, along with P. Diddy, right? Now, NBC just put this out literally about an hour ago of the time of me filming this. Other news companies have started to look into this, like People Magazine and whatnot. And it is being linked back to a civil suit that occurred back in October. And in this suit in October, a woman accuses Diddy of, taking advantage of her when she was 13 and claims two celebrities were also involved. This was back on October 24th, 2024. We now know that one of those celebrities involved is none other than Jay-Z. Now, the anonymous accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, said the assault happened after she was driven to an MTV Music Video Award after party. The lawsuit was originally filed back in October in the Southern District of New York, listing Combs as a defendant. It was refiled Sunday to include Carter. Combs, again, is P. Diddy. Carter's attorney, Alex Spiro. That name might sound very familiar if you've been on the channel a lot. Pretty sure this guy's working alongside Mr. Beast. And his publicist, as well as Combs' representatives, did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Texas-based attorney Tony Buzbee, who filed the suit, did not comment. Buzbee has filed several lawsuits in recent months. All have withheld their complaints' names, accusing Combs of assault and taking advantage. This is the first suit in which he has named another high-profile defendant. Combs has repeatedly denied all of the accusations against him. Federal prosecutors in New York criminally charged him in September with racketeering, trafficking, and other offenses, and he is behind bars at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center after he was denied bail for a third time last month. In his trial, scheduled for May 5th. That's a long time from now. Now, to play the devil's advocate, this Tony Buzbee guy is not exactly clean either. He has a bit of a record as well. Here's an article saying the attorney repping several Diddy accusers sued for extortion by unnamed high-profile celebrity. And here's another article from November 21st saying that the attorney repping alleged victims sued for assault. Again, Tony Buzbee. So take that as you will, right? Whether you think Tony Buzbee is a reliable source. Again, these are just lawyers. These are just people who represent these celebrities. They're probably all kind of trash behind the scenes. Now, here's where we get into the Jay-Z stuff. Before Sunday's lawsuit was refiled, Carter received a letter from the plaintiff's counsel requesting a mediation to resolve this matter. Buzbee wrote in the suit, NBC News has seen that letter. In response to the letter, Buzbee wrote in the suit that Carter, Jay-Z, filed his own lawsuit against the accuser's attorneys. This lawsuit claims that in 2000, when Doe was 13, Combs and Carter took advantage of her at a house party after the MTV Video Music Awards in New York. The lawsuit claims that a friend dropped her off at the VMAs at Radio City Music Hall. She did not have a ticket and approached various limousine drivers to try to gain access to the show or an after party. One driver, the lawsuit said, told her that he worked for Combs and that she fit what Diddy was looking for. Interesting that a 13-year-old would fit what Diddy was looking for. Again, these are allegations. I do not know if any of this is true. He invited her to a party after the show and told her to return to his car later in the evening after he transported Carter and Combs, the suit said. Later, the driver picked her up, the suit said, and after 20 minutes, they arrived at a White House with a U-shaped driveway. She had to sign a document she believed was an NDA on arrival and did not receive a copy to enter the party, which the suit says was filled with celebrities and people doing marijuana and cocaine. That white rock. She was offered a drink that made her feel woozy, lightheaded, and felt like she needed to lie down. This kind of matches up with some of the other claims we've heard related to Diddy and, things like his secret baby oil recipe. Again, not a laughing matter, but all of this stuff is just very interesting. The suit says she went into a room to rest. Shortly afterward, the suit says Combs and Carter entered the room with Combs saying, "You are ready to party." That's when she alleges Carter removed her clothes, held her down, and took advantage of her while Combs and an unnamed celebrity watched. A female celebrity, mind you, an unnamed female celebrity. I wonder if that name will be brought up one day. She says Combs also took advantage of her as Carter and the women looked on. The suit says she was able to resist being forced to perform, mouth stuff on Combs by hitting him in the neck, and that he stopped after the alleged assault. The suit says she grabbed her clothes and left. She made her way to a gas station where she called her father. The accuser is seeking unspecified damages. The lawsuit is filed under New York's Victim of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection. Right, so a 24-year-old crime at this point. It's happened 24 years ago, according to this suit. Now, about an hour ago, Jay-Z actually replied under the Rock Nation Twitter account. It's a full-service management, music publishing, and entertainment company founded by Jay-Z. His own Twitter account hasn't been active since like 2022, so I guess this makes sense. And here it is. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt, called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Buzbee. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion, so no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint and not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I've done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these types of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Buzbee, but I promise you I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children drown, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children, and you seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, I think he meant psychics maybe, I don't know, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am. So, from what I'm seeing, it looks like Jay-Z might be taking Mr. Buzbee to court and settling this like what he would consider men or not an average dude who came out of Brooklyn and whatnot. Now, personally, I'm not like a crazy like lawyer person, right? I'm just covering things that I see that are insanely interesting. I've heard things about Jay-Z. I'm sure you have as well. Like, the whole Illuminati eye thing. A heinous claim such as, taking advantage of a underage person is absolutely insane to make a claim about if it's not true. Now, Tony Buzbee actually put out a Instagram post on November 18th. It's going to be this one I'm reading. I'm just going to read it in a different format because it fits the screen better. It says this. I've been sued in Los Angeles in a last-ditch attempt to stop me from revealing names in public lawsuits. It won't work. The irony, the suit against me was filed by a powerful John Doe. Here's my full statement. We won't allow the powerful and their high-dollar lawyers to intimidate or silence survivors. It has been reported that a lawsuit has been filed against my firm claiming extortion. The lawyers that filed it also immediately called TMZ in an apparent effort to silence those who allege. Here's the deal. The case filed against my firm is not only without legal merit, it is laughable, and here's why. On behalf of two clients who allege assault, we sent a standard demand letter to a New York lawyer that we know represents an alleged perpetrator and potential defendant. The letters were sent seeking a confidential mediation in lieu of filing a lawsuit. No amount of money was included in the demand letters. No threats were made. The demand letters sent are no different than the ones routinely sent by lawyers across the country in all types of cases. It is obvious that the frivolous lawsuit filed against my firm is an aggressive attempt to intimidate or silence me and ultimately my clients. That effort is a gross miscalculation. I'm a U.S. Marine. I won't be silenced or intimidated. Neither will my clients. Since our professional efforts at resolution obviously have failed, we will instead disclose the demand letters we sent at the time we filed suit. Abuse of the legal system unfortunately runs rampant. The lawsuit filed against my firm is a prime example of that. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. I have confidence that with full public disclosure, all of this will sort itself out. Tony Buzbee, right? So that statement directly addresses, the thing we just looked at from People Magazine and TMZ about the Tony Buzbee allegations. Again, take it with a grain of salt. I don't know who's right or wrong in this situation. That's what the law's for. Again, a lot of people know or think there's some sketchy stuff with the music industry, with billionaires like Jay-Z, like Beyonce, like these people, and like we're seeing now with Diddy, again, a friend of Jay-Z. A lot of stuff happening in this world, and a lot of it is very scary, very sketchy, and I'm glad a lot of it is coming out. And again, it's unfortunate that Jay-Z is being accused of such a horrific thing if it didn't happen. But if it did, I'm glad it's coming out. I'm glad that these terrible people are finally being brought to justice. And yeah, that's about it, my friends. Let me know what you think down below. Do you think that Jay-Z is innocent? Or do you think the longtime friends of P. Diddy possibly had a connection to him more than just being friends and making music together? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching.